Greetings! Welcome to another tutorial about Bloomreach XM with XIN Mods. In this video, we're going to talk about retrieving folders and documents from the Bloomreach repository. Let's get into it. First of all, as always, make sure your Hippo or Bloomreach instance is running. Also, because we're going to need a number of recipe documents for this tutorial, I've gone ahead and prepared some using recipes from the Creative Commons website called Foodista. Made a package out of them so that it'll be easier for you to use when you're following along. So let's upload the recipes into our CMS by using the package manager. So just a reminder what it looks like. At the moment we just have one document, and after we upload the package, this document is going to be gone. So let's close it. Let's go into the package manager, which lives on port 8080/site/packages/index.jsp. So what we're going to do is we're going to ingest a package. We don't want to keep the package definition, but we do want to ingest the content that comes with it. So now I'm going to select the file, and once we've done that, you select ingest package. So take a while, and then it's done. And we selected do not keep the package definition, so no additional element shows up. But now if we go back here to our CMS, you can see that some additional content has appeared. So we got some recipes in here and in the suite one as well. So these folders are going to be the categories for our recipes. So let's say open this one. You can see here it has all the fields filled out. It's got the thumbnail, all the ingredients, and then how to prepare it. And I've done the same for each of these. So now what we want to do in this tutorial is find a way to simply enumerate all the recipes that are in the CMS at the moment. So let's go into our IDE, in our case WebStorm. And as you might have noticed, actually the cupcakes recipe is gone now, because once you upload a package, it overrides whatever the content is that was at the path it's being written to. So our document has disappeared, but we've gotten these cool ones in return, so that's okay. But the consequence is that I just need to update the path here that says cupcakes recipe, because that's an old one. So let's update it and make it one called savory/easy dinner rolls. Should be case if we run this, hopefully it works. Yep, that's cool. Okay, great. So now what we want to do, we want to start using a function called listDocuments. So let's create a new test. And again, we have to connect to our CMS. So go grab that one. And now what we're going to do is get some folder and documents by calling the function called listDocuments. And the parameter it takes is the path at which you want to get the folders and documents from. There we go. So now, if we output this, we put a breakpoint so that we can have a look. Great. So you can see now we have a folders and documents variable that has some information returned by the CMS. It returns some information about the path that we requested information from, and it contains two lists, one called folders and one called documents, and these represent the folders that were at that path and the documents that were at this path. And if you remember, we only have folders, these recipe categories that we call at the moment. So that makes sense that the documents list is empty. And for each folder, you get some information about about the element. So the unique identifier, its complete path, the name of the node, and the label of the node. So that's great. So what we want to do now is we want to continue and use this information, especially this one, to dig deeper into each of the categories. So let's finish this up. Now what we can do is we're just interested in getting the folders. So let's change it to this. And then we say, okay, you know, that's going to be a category. So let's iterate over the folders. And in the response that we get from the list documents for this path, we want to store the list of documents into a variable called recipes. So that will be happening documents once we call this. If you remember, the path attribute for each folder element points at the full path in the CMS. So that's good. So now what we can do is just have a quick look. Now you can see that we have information about the recipes. So each recipe, again, has information about the node in the CMS, and then it returns the entire document. And you might remember this structure from before when we did get document by path. It's the exact same structure. So what we can do now is iterate over these documents and grab some information. So let's just grab all the titles of all the recipes in these folders. So if we do that, let's just get rid of this for now. Then we say, okay, let's get all the titles by mapping each recipe by going into the document items and then the title field. And let's output that then. So category, remember, the folder has a label which you can output, and then each recipe title as well. There you go. So now we should get an overview of all the recipes in all the categories if we run this test. So let's do that. There we go. So for Savory, we get all these titles, and for Sweet, we get all these titles. And if we look at the CMS, that is actually correct. And that is how the cookie crumbles. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of thing, check out the playlist that popped up on the screen. And if you want to be notified when a new tutorial appears, make sure to subscribe. See you next time.